Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. I am Mage 1011 and today we are playing some more Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. This is part 4 of that expansion. So yeah, let's get started and something sold on my market board. Neat. Let's get started by talking to the NPCs. This place is called Many Fires, for the constant stream of peddlers and travelers who make camp out here after climbing the stairs. Now that I've decided to share, I feel nervous. This side of the region is so different from where the Hanu live. The striking colors of the vegetation alone. This seems a cozy spot for Wiclamont to let her guard down. I know it can't be easy for her. We should stop here for the night. I understand the desire to rush ahead, but we need to recuperate from our punishing river adventure. Then let's settle in. We'll need a campfire and the meals prep. There's meals to preparation to be done.
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there. As far as I'm concerned, Ulul Jaja is my only parent.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either. For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar. Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding, but the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did. There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life, yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado, not fit to bear my title.
You can't measure your worth by the success of others.
Don't compare myself to my siblings, you mean? I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers. It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
You said it yourself. How important it is to properly know something. To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses. Step by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making. I will find the City of Gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuklamart. But you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Meanwhile, in the Second Promises camp.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Wuklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alizé on her rear.
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Lamachi has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates, the head of the students of Baldessian. And then, there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If he's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us. Not that I have any intention of bowing out. Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tulihyolal might know greater stability and prosperity. Our nation can change for the better. And I will be the man to change it.
Well, it's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach. But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawnservant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
Meanwhile, with the first promise.
Your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawnservant.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention, when I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle. They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history. If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all. And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
Earlier with the cool Jaja.
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all. I wonder if the house cat is dead yet. Be ashamed to lose a plaything, but we'd still have 2 more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliolal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that? We care only about the contest and proving our superiority. That would surely please Mother and Father. Yes, and when we become Dawnservant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our kin to live in the city. fine idea! Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle. But do it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet somehow I made it. Oh, my arms, I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind. My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
But I followed the teachings! Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind! I'm begging you!
Man, he's a cruel SOB. Oh yeah, I'm still on Black Mage, which I was using to level. I have some small experience with the pressures of leadership and crumbling beneath its weight, as you will know. If anything good can be said to have some of my failures, I hope it is my capacity to help others avoid their similar mistakes. It doesn't matter if Wilcomod is not scared of alpacas or gets sick on a boat. It doesn't change who she is or what she means to her people. I'm glad we could take a moment and to talk things through. Wilcomod seemed much happier for it. It is good to see Wilcomod more sure of herself. Being able to say those things has brought me such relief. It's like a stone has been lifted off my chest, and I can take a breath at last. I don't want to encumber myself like that again. I want to be better. I'll be better. For myself and for my people. Yeah. Yeah, we can now do trust system with that previous dungeon. Yeah. I'm ready to move on. A leaking pot. Erenville is concerned about the dangers on the road. The Moblin settlement is Earthenshire is not far from here, but be warned, the road will be taking is a favorite hunting ground for bandits. With the stairs currently impassable, there'll be fewer travelers, meaning the brigands will be desperate for victims to ambush. Although considering present company, I suppose my concerns is unwarranted. Bandits on the road? What have the Rolljaws and the Lance Guard been doing? Seems it's up to me to restore order in the area. Off she goes again. For now, we'll head west and aim for the bank of the second river. Oh, I need to use my motifs. There we go. And while we do quests, we will be queuing up for duty roulettes. Super long queue times, so actually, hold on, we're gonna log out and switch servers. Hopefully, there's a populated server. Because I'm on Dynamis right now, and Dynamis has low population, meaning longer wait time. Visit another data center. Can't visit Aether. Can we visit Crystal? Oh, Primal. We'll go to Famfrit. And this will put us on a better chance to get Duty Finder. Huh. There we go, exactly a minute. This will, however, put us in Limsa Lominsa. However, it at least gives us better Duty Finder times. Up there's gonna be an ad starting soon-ish. It's this lag bug again. Okay. gonna go you, why you. There we go. Now it's a shorter queue time. Chonky boy. Chonky Chimpkin. Boom. Might as well do some of this while we're on our way. Nice, I got a gold ring. Oh, and some XP. Again and again, I am struck by the majesty of the falls. It is difficult to comprehend the sheer volume of water this natural wonder produces. I felt eyes on us several times as we made our way here, though they soon seemed to lose interest. The bandits' lair is said to be somewhere near here. I prefer we avoid seeking out trouble. Oh, I see. This is the river which feeds the waterfall above Okanu. Well, where are these bandits? Apparently they're not foolish enough to attack a party of this size. Earthenshire is just a little further ahead, on the opposite bank of the Ffxiv. But let's remain vigilant all the same. Let's go! So this is Earthenshire. Even as Hanu culture is distinct from the Vanu, Moblin society has developed quite differently from that of their goblin cousins. Not another claimant in sight. Does that mean we're ahead or behind? Goodness me, it's like the entire village is made of pottery. This is it. The village where the Leia pots formed from the Tuliola saga took place. Earthenshire, Idleshire, might the similarity be a cultural inclination, I wonder? The settlements themselves, oh, there's the duty finder. The settlements themselves couldn't be more different, though. This shire appears custom built to resemble pots, while the other is a repurposed town. Welcome to Earthenshire. Do I have the pleasure of happy greeting the third promise at her retinue? That's us. We're looking for the Dawn Servant Selector, if you happen to know who that is. You're exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Roddy, oh, there we go. Duty finder. I'll continue that conversation after the duty finder. Boop, 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 boop. Oop. Do. Do. I am so used to being able to cast stuff more often due to being higher level. Do 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 do. Oops. Whoops. I pulled without being the tank. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. we go. There we go. We've received two player commands. Nice. And I can go ahead and view the cutscene now. We'll go ahead and restart the cutscene. This is the village where the Lay of Pots from the Tuliolo saga took place. Earthenshire. Idleshire? Might the similarity in cultural inclination be... might it be might be similarity in a cultural inclination, I wonder. Settlements themselves couldn't be more different though. This shire appears to be custom built to resemble pots, while the other is a repurposed town. Welcome to Earthenshire. Do I have the pleasure of happy greeting the third Promised End retinue? That's us. We're looking for the Dawn Servant's Elector, if you happen to know who that is. You are exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Roddy Reek is the Elector you seek. Oh, that's helpful. We cut straight to performing the feat. As much as Roddy Reek would like to do just that, we have a much more pressing worry. The storm which hit our village shattered the cliff and dropped rocks on our train cases. Many hand helps for the Potsworn were injured. This is no time for feats or metal test. I'm sorry to hear that. After learning what the storm did to the stairs, I feared you'd been caught in its path. No, not to change the subject, but what are the Potsworn? Goldsmiths contracted to work for the Moblins. The word comes from the pot-like workshops where they practice their craft. The Moblins provide these Potsworn with tools, materials, and living quarters. Everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest gold and metalwork in Tyrol. This is unacceptable. I was promised no distraction. If this is the best they can offer, I should have never left Welcome Miki Miki. You see, Potsworn desert us. Without enough help hands, we are failing to uphold our side of the pact. Should all of our Potsworn leave, Earthenshire would grind to a halt. We have to do something, and do it soon. Then let us stand in for the injured helpers. It would give me the chance to learn more about your people and your village. If it brings us closer to beginning the feat, then all the better. This isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obligated to join in. Take rest while you can. Ours will help. I was hoping you'd say that. I actually wasn't sure I could do this on my own. We'll all help. I doubt any of us could just sit around and watch. We'll take every help hand we can get. Roddy Reek Truth swears that once the Patsworn have their perfect workshop again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and Third Promise can assist, help, and Rakorok. You four follow Roddy Rake. The other help hands in need of a hand lending. I really appreciate you pitching in. I meant to what I said at many fires. There'll be no more fainting strike, no more playing at being an invincible promise. And we have ads. Ad time, ad break. And while the ad break happens, I'm gonna go see how long it is until dinner. Ad break is almost over. Okay, ad break is over. If there's one thing I've learned on this journey, it's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Now let's find this Rakorok fellow and see what we can do for him. What is the next class I need to level up? Let's see, I was working on getting all of my jobs to at least level 60 that are not above it. That means I have 2 tanks, 3 DPS. I remember I was working on Monka W. I think I found our help hand. First we'll solve this problem for the Moblins, then we'll see about completing their feat. Rocco Reek can't meet his obligations without more help hands. The pot pact is broken and the pots are emptying. You've come to aid Roderick? Roderick, accept your hand lending with joyous feel smiles. If we can offer the Potsworn their promised good living, we might save the day yet. Whatever you need. Lending a help hand. Rockorook needs help learning about the Potsworn Kai. What Rockorook needs is for new helphounds to create good living for Kai, Potsworn Kai. The helphands assigned to Kai was hurt during Rockrain, and Rockorick took over, but he knows nothing of Kahi. What does Kahi want? What does Kahi need? Helphand, do not bother the Potsworn with Rotics. Can't read that word. Our job is to observe and anticipate, to prepare things with guest think. Please guest think with Roderick to find out what Kahi is lacking so we can provide it. You can count on us. This is where Kahi works, is it? Let's take a peek inside then. That must be Kahi. It'd be a lot quicker if we could just talk to him. But that's not the way they do things around here, apparently. We'll have to leave him be and try to our hand at guest thinking. He's barely touched his meal. That dish is meant to be eaten hot, or at least, or loses its savor. Those tools are looking pretty worn down. Maybe it's time for some new ones. Well, he's no shortage of crafting materials. There must be something else he's missing. He must be boiling sitting so close to the furnace. There's no airflow to speak of. How can anyone work in such stifling heat? Alright, after taking a good look, I think I have an idea of what Kahi might want to improve his work conditions. Let's head back outside and talk to Rockerick. You made your observations. What do you suggest? Just think. First off, I noticed Kahi hasn't touched his food, and an empty belly can't be good for his concentration. Maybe the cooking isn't to his liking. But our food is very mouth-pleasing. Why wouldn't he want to eat it? But Roderick is sure of nothing when it comes to Kahi's taste. I can help you with that. My brother Kona is a Pizarro. While everyone has their personal preferences, there are some they tend to share. Like an aversion to piping hot dishes. If it's brought to him like that, Kahi probably wouldn't have been able to eat until it cooled down, and by the time he came back to it, he might have found it cold and unappetizing. The simplest solution is to serve dishes that taste good no matter the temperature. Roderick would never have thought of that. Would the third promise mind explaining these things to our cook? Not at all. I don't think that was the only reason Kahi couldn't concentrate. The Itzario homeland is hot and dry, but even Kahi seemed to be suffering in front of that furnace. Is there any way you could cool down the workshop? Oh, we could try Ffxiv's shards. They make a lovely breeze. Do you know where we can get one of those? You can gather them from the Shoals of No Return. Shoals of No Return. There are many old boats there, abandoned by those who gave up their search for the Golden City. Oh, I'm being called really quick. I'll be back in a bit. Sorry about that. I had asked to help bake the quiche that I am going to have for breakfast tomorrow, and they called me out to help with that. But now I'm back. So we salvaged them from the wrecks. You could handle that for us, Wolf Mage. Oh, and one more thing. From what I could tell, Kahi's files and saws and things were very worn down. Maybe a new set of tools is in order. Ruddy Week was preoccupied with stocking materials and a serious oversight which he will rectify. Supplying good tools for good living is a helping hand's responsibility. Then we all have work to do. We can meet back here when our tasks are done. The shoals of no return are past the crags through a tunnel southeast of here. You should be able to spot this passage from just outside the village. We're gonna switch to Monk, who is level 52. Bad for this area, but I'm going to be doing roulettes as my Monk. Monka W. And then switch back to Pictomancer, which is the class I'm playing for this expansion. Vantage point. You're a wolf mage, aren't you? What brings you here? The issue with caring for the potsworn. When they approached me with that same problem, I suggested they commission artisans in Charlian instead. The quality of craftsmen would be guaranteed, after all. However, the moblins did not care for the idea. Surely it would have been more effective to engage a uniformly tended Ffxiv. I can't understand their fixation on individual contracts. Perhaps the custom will make more sense once we begin the feat of pots. Until then, we've been deemed unfit to assist in the matter of helping hands, and are instead tasked with tending the injured. We were on our way back from procuring herbs for Yanje, in fact. Settlements in Kazamuka too have been isolated from the storm destruction. What would have become of the wounded had we not found a way here? Should I become Dancer, one of my first acts will be to establish reasonable trade routes to the capital. When I imagine how much good we can achieve with Charlian technology. My apologies, I have much to consider. If you'll excuse us. We'll meet again soon. I'm sure. Take care, Wolf Mage. You spot the tunnel opening. Head through the passage to the shoals of no return, and recover the drifty shard. Head break soon. Actually, since I'm gonna be starting my dinner soon, I'm gonna have to draw on that duty roulette. Oh look, an aether current. Fiery orange crystal. Crystalline shard is faintly warm to the touch. It does not appear to be the wind crystal you seek. Pale blue crystal? Maybe? Maybe. The crystal feels damp in your hand. It does not appear to be the crystal you seek. Bright green crystal, then. The crystal shard emits a soothing whisper of wind. It seems you've found the crystal Rakarok sent you to salvage. Did I not attune to that? Is there a shard? No, I did not. Oh, fuck. I need to attune to the aetherite. There we go, now I can teleport here. Rockerick. Is that cool? A cool breeze Rockerick feels? Thrifty Shard. Yes, thank you for seeking a Thrifty Shard. Rockerick will add it to the new set of tools he brought. And I came bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for the most discerning eat sorrow, and it's on its way even as we speak. Let's go in and see what Kahi thinks of our efforts. I was wondering what occasion called for me to be receiving many visitors. I find meal, new tools, and a welcome source of cool air. Now I remember why I assigned the pack. I am grateful for your kind consideration. Allow me a moment or two, and I will reciprocate with a piece worthy of a potshorn. An oil lamp to brighten the halls of Ffxiv. The craftsmanship satisfies the Earths and Shire's reputation for quality, I trust. Such luster, such brilliance, truly a gift fit for the Dawn Servant. I'm glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted until now, I hope to continue crafting at this improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill after all. Forgive my interruption. Lamachi, I'm told the Elector has deemed the crisis past and is prepared to task us with the feat. That's great news. Thank you for letting me know. This is the craft of the potshorn. It is indeed a masterful piece. Thank you for your words of praise, second promise. I draw inspiration from Kazamauka's natural beauty and sought to capture it in my work. I wondered why the Moblins did not simply build a workshop in the city, and now I have my answer. Even in Charlian Goldsmith could not easily replicate such exquisite artistry. One cannot create great things if one lacks captive impetus. I can't read that. Turali fortunately does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of a craft would do well to study it there. I was raised among the Hitsaru, more traditional than most, and the shared ingenuity of Tural's various peoples was eye-opening. You lived as traditional in sorrow. I have few fond memories of nomadic life. Would that I could forget that time. I've tried a serving of the dish we prepared for Kahi. It was so good I had a second helping. Now my workspace is just the way I like it. I've inspiration oozing from every pore. I think that lantern was nice. Just to wait until... think that lantern was nice? I just wait until my next masterpiece. I think it's fitting that I have a goblin minion out. Eat the goblin. pet the goblin. Rockerick is very grateful to you. I thank you both for your hard work and clever guessing. When it comes to helping hand and helping, knowing Botsworn is really important. Well, it's true for that's true for pretty much anyone you meet. It's a lesson I've had drummed into me several times already on this journey. Rockerick will see that the Botsworn Kahi lustrous oil lamp is delivered to the palace at once. The Feat of Pots. Kona has details to share concerning the forthcoming Feat of Pots. The Elector bids the claimants assemble in a large building on the west side of the village. I will head over and after finding Thancred and Arianje. I also ran into the Levier twins on my way here. I took the liberty of directing them to the venue. For rivals, it's not his job to make sure we know the feat is starting, but even now, he's conscientious. I can't read that word, to a fault. Anyway, let's not keep Roderick waiting. I thought everyone would be here by now. Roderick thanks you for assisting, helping, and Rockerick. She will now announce the feat once the other claimants arrive. So please be patient a little while longer. Hopefully this is voice acted. It's not. I'm happy to report that we were able to convince one of the Botsworn to stay. How did you fare? So you managed to do the same. Splendid. Welcome to Earthenshire, First Promise. We support your plans for Salt Crossing and the new Botsworn they will bring. Hail the mighty Zeraldra. He cleared many paths of rock falls as if they were pebble stones. The radiant sun of Fordon servant. Zeraldra was clearing falling rocks. I'm surprised he would volunteer his time for anything unrelated to the contest. Oh well, we meet again. Just in time for the beat to begin. I'll bet he was already here lying low while the rest of us did all the work. Claimants, your attention please. As Roderick has explained, many of our Botsworn have left us following the storm. The precious metal crafted by those artisans brings much joy, jingling shinies from across the salts. Should our stream of trade goods dry up, Earth and Child bleh, will suffer. Tulio merchants will suffer. So Roderick sends you this feat. Each of you are to find one clever-handed goldsmith to bring back here to us. So you were to recruit new potsworn. Makes sense for the Pete of Pots. Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimants and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate their worthiness for the throne? You are free to refuse Rodriguez's request. You will be happy to inform the Dawn Servant of Zeraldra's disqualification. The right is a means to an end. Steps we take together here are not important. Then Roderick declares the feat of pots begin. But remember, a pact must be agreed to willingly. No grab snatching or deceitful tongue flaps. The lector said nothing of taking a willing artisan from a rival, which is exactly what we should do. Ha ha ha. A fine suggestion, brother. I am glad you think so, brother. Come, let us lay our plans. That nasty brute is up to something. He may seek to delay us again as he did on the river. We can but remain vigilant while we plot our course. What do you think, Wolcamont? Have you any candidates in mind to satisfy this feat? I know some artisans among my supporters, but they're all in their twilight years. I can't ask them to give up their comforts of Tuliolao to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. Meanwhile, Kona probably has 100 young craftspeople to choose from. I'm not that I'm comparing us, you understand. It's just a statement of fact. I suppose we could try asking around Wakam Miki Miki. That seems a logical place to start. Back to Tuliolao that it is. Wait, does that mean we have to take the boat again? Oh no, I can't do it. I can't stomach another boat ride. You said I should share my burdens, so I'm speaking plain. It is. I get really, really sick on boats. Come on, this is hardly news. It was brave of you to admit. In any case, we won't be fighting the currents this time. Heading down river will be much smoother. It will? Are you sure? I'm positive, mostly. Come on. He's silly. Pokemon suffers such terrible boat sickness, bouts of seasickness. I wish I had a spell or potion that could ease her nausea. Did we mention the potsworn in our care requires? Did we mention the potsworn in our care required a constant stream of encouragement in order to craft? The four of us must have chided the same dozens of hundreds of times. Aaronville was scolded more than once for not cheering loudly enough. What obstacle will Cool Jaja throw at us next? Or will he try something more direct? I procured many unusual items for clients, but meeting the personalized needs of a potsworn is not an experience I'd care to repeat. I need a moment. Upriver or downriver. Katumu is too rough for me. The nausea is a bit more bearable now that I've stopped trying to hide it, but still I'd rather not set foot on a boat if I can help it. Right, I think I'm ready. Let's see if Master Rupley can help us recruit a potsworn. The fresh harbor air was just what I needed. Surely at least one person will answer Wilcomat's call for a potsworn. Maybe Master Hopefully can help us. So this is Wakam Miki Miki that Wilcomat was talking about. I had yet to make it this far in my wanderings. Wakimiki is a gathering spot for skilled artisans of all kinds. If we're to find a potsworn candidate, I can think of no better place to begin our search. Aaronville brought us here on our first tour of the city, but time did not permit a close look. I should like to observe these masters at work. Greetings, Third Promise. What brings you back to Wakam Miki Miki? You've not chipped your axe again, have you? No, Master Robley. Actually, I have a favor to ask. So what do you think? Do you know of any craftsmen who might be interested? Lynching an artisan for the moblins, eh? Well, I see. Well, seeing as the Third Promise making the request, I'm willing to look the other way if one of them decides to take up your offer on the offer. Only I can't think of a suitable candidate off the top of my head. Who do I know with a mastery of goldsmithing that would also have no qualms about relocating to Earthenshire? What if the was a man who just started working here? You mean Flugentine? He did say he was employed at some fancy jewelry store across the salt. And considering the distance he's already come, I like to think he wouldn't mind moving a little upriver. That said, he only just got himself a new job. Is it too soon to ask him to sign a pact? There's no harm in making the offer. Once he hears how well the Botsworn are treated, he may even jump at the chance. Either way, he won't find Flugentine at his workbench at this hour. He's finished for the day. Probably enjoying a meal at Zibrilvi Thai. I can't pronounce words very well. Then maybe we should go and talk to him. Just you and me, since he knows us. Wouldn't want him to feel intimidated having to deal with the crowd of new faces. Okay, I have to go AFK really quick for dinner. I'm gonna put on BRB time for food. I'll be back in a bit. Hello, I have returned from food. The two of us can handle this. Take a rest at the cabins if you like. Right, let's go and see a man about a pot. That's all the way over there, so I'm gonna use the Ethernet. Okay, I'm still not sure about this. Oh, Wolf Mage, and you're here too. The third promise said she wanted to chat. I have just finished eating, so shall we find a quiet spot outside? The last time we talked on this beach, you were in a miserable state. Yes. Yes, I was, wasn't I? I lost my soul. Or, I lost soul until you two came along and helped me rediscover my purpose. My new place of employment has been most welcoming, and for the first time in a long time, I feel content with my lot in life. That's wonderful. So what was it you wished to discuss? Well, it's hard to ask this right after you settled in, but I'm looking for someone to become a potsworn. I've heard my colleagues mention the term. That's when an artisan signs a contract to work for the moblins, isn't it? But you're not a moblin. I'm not sure I understand. It's for the feet in the right of succession. I need to bring a new potsworn to Earthenshire. That's the way of it. We barely met, and after pushing you to work at Wakam Miki Miki, I'm now demanding you to throw that away and sign a pact instead. It's selfish request, I know. I have something to tell you, Third Promise. The other day, I completed the necessary procedure for immigration. I am pleased to say I am now an official subject of Dawntrail law. I have since endeavored to learn what I can of my new nation, beginning with the right of succession and its claimants, including you, of course. Now you will recall that it was my father's example which led me to pursue goldsmithing. He was at East End when Garlean forces laid siege to the settlement. And in the ensuing chaos, he was slain. War took him from me in an instant. The man I loved and admired. I never wished to suffer such loss again. So, as much as I am indebted to you for turning my life around, it is a fellow peace-loving Tulion that I want you to win the throne. If I can help you achieve that by signing a pawn pact, I shall gladly do so. Lieutenant, thank you. I shall return to Master Ripley and inform him of my decision. Allow me. I'm the reason you're leaving, so I should be the one to deliver the news. Perhaps you remember me, Ffxiv, owner of Gibralvi Tai. I cannot pronounce these words worth a damn. I'd like a word, if you don't mind. You're Wokelmat Sale if I'm from across the salt, right? And a hero of some renown, too. If the gossip is to be believed, well, as it happens, I could use someone heroic to use some heroic help. It doesn't need to be right now, but you could you come by when you have a spare moment? Much appreciated. I'll be waiting for you at my shop then. You can now gain access to role quests. Speak with Ffxiv at Gibraltar and pursue new avenues as you progress through the rite of succession. Or we could ignore that altogether and do that later, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, also, now that I've had my dinner, I can switch over to Monka W. Queue up for duty roulettes. And then switch back to Pictomancer. Master Ripley, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but China has agreed to sign the pot pact, yes? Well, it is a shame to lose a capable goldsmith. To have one of our own handpicked to serve the third promise is a great honor for welcome Miki Miki. I appreciate your understanding. Of course, if you happen to know other talented artisans, regardless of their expertise, I hope you send them my way. It could even be yourself, if you're so inclined. I'll keep that in mind. Though my time here was brief, I will not forget your kindness, Master Ripley. I am blessed to have these workshops be my first home in Tuliola. Come back to us if the moblins cut you loose. You'll always have a job at Welcome Miki Miki. I expect you'll want to leave for Thinshire as soon as possible. I'll go pack my things. What became of Fujintide? Were you able to find him? We did, and he agreed to become a potsworn. We'll leave when he's ready, but you still have a little time. Splendid. We shall meet you anon. I had plenty of reasons to win the contest, but now I have one more. Wintertine's putting his faith in me, and I won't let him down. You may now unlock deliveries for Wakamiki Miki, speak to Rupli, and pursue new endeavors as you progress through the rite of succession. Sadly, I am not a crafter of that level. That requires a crafting. Well, it requires another quest to begin with that I have not done. A further Father Fist. Pokemon needs to pay a visit to the palace. Right then, I have some things to take care of at the palace. Well, you can pass the time. However, you can pass the time however you like. I suggest you head back to the captain's. After all, even heroes need rest, and we shall still have a big journey ahead of us. So levels 62 west. No, 92. Welcome back, sir. You've had a Lance Guard messenger most anxiously waiting your return. Wolf Mage of the 3rd Promise Entourage, I've been all over the city looking for you. The Dawn servant summons you to the palace. You are to present yourself to the gate guard stationed outside the sun perch at your earliest convenience. Oh, and one more thing. You are not to mention this to Clement. Let's see, Sun's Perch is near here. Well, have any better gear? Nope. Nope, didn't. Looks like I have to withdraw from this again because this is probably going to be something based on the name of the quest. It's a father fit first. Yeah, and based on that clue thing, it's definitely a duty. The Dawn servant awaits you within. While I was not informed of the reason for your audience in terms of attire, I suggest full battle regalia.
Forgive me this sudden summons. When I learned my daughter's champion was back in the city, I couldn't resist the opportunity. And they call me head of resolve for good reason. Old as I am, I have not lost a battle worthy of the name since the day I took the throne. And I've been craving a proper challenge. The lance wielder, Estinian, he fought well enough, but our bout was ended before a victor could be decided. Judging by the sailors' gossip, you are a warrior of renown in your homeland. Yet I wonder, with all your deeds done and victories won, are you warrior enough to stand against me?
Why don't we find out?
A spirited answer. Why not indeed? The battle rages upon me. I'll stop short of killing you, of course, but expect no other mercies. Come! Ready your arms and show me the truth of the tales.
Ooh. Time to learn a solo combat duty. Okay, my Pictomancy is up. Start with this.
Give it your all! I want to fight to remember! Let's test the waters. Didn't even blink. I see you know the Viper style. Ha! Let's see how you handle this.
Oh, fuck. I'm messing up.
The spearman did not lie. Very well then. Resolve and reason kingdom. All right.
Did you think you had my measure? Take this! Still holding up? We're far from finished! No more holding back! Stay alert!
Okay, so that's how it works.
Ha ha ha! You fight well indeed!
Ha! Can't push me.
formidable. Now we'll see what you're truly made of. That will do. You've shown me more than enough.
Whew.
I brought my full strength to bear against opponents before, but you are the first to withstand it. Even with my head of reason asleep, I never expected you to give me so much trouble. Estinian did not exaggerate. You are a force to be reckoned with. Ha 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 ha! Now, a confession. I said I crave a challenge, and that was no lie. But I had another reason for calling you here. I had to judge for myself if you were fit to attend my beloved daughter. In some respects, she is much like me. Hard-headed and prone to rush into danger. But one with your talents could readily dispatch the threats that bar Mage's way. Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliola, but a concerned father. Thank you. Then tell me, given your journey together thus far, what is your impression of Mage? Whether it be as their promise or just a companion on the road. Speak your mind. Ha! A tactful response, but agreed. She is not ready for the throne. Not yet. Mage thinks she understands our many peoples. Their histories, their cultures, their beliefs. But she knows only what she's seen in the capital. And it's not only her who concerns me. Even this early in the contest, you must have realized. As potential rulers, all four claimants are lacking. This is why I elected to hold the right of succession. Not to choose a fitting candidate, but to cultivate one. And if no one has impressed me by the end of it, then to no one will I yield my throne. As a parent, I pray that my children rise to the occasion. With outsiders dragged into my game, I am also hopeful that the different perspectives you and your companions have to offer will inspire them to grow. I imagine you in particular have traveled many lands, know many peoples and cultures, loved them and been loved in turn. Guide Lamachi as you think best. Walk at her side and, when needed, push her to walk ahead.
I knew it. There I was, about to sit down for some of Namika's cooking, when I heard that Papa had sent for you. You were dueling behind my back, weren't you?
I see there is no point in denying it. You needn't worry, daughter. I took care not to inflict lasting injuries. You and your ally may return to the contest without disadvantage. No harm done.
I swear, just as I was learning newfound respect for my father. Let's take our leave of this battle-mad oaf before he calls on the rest of my entourage.
Next!
Over her, champion.
Okay, rolling the dice. Roll the dice. I have to roll the dice. Let's see what we get for random zona change. I don't have a D5, so I'm rolling a D6. It landed on a 6. Roll again. 2. That means we are going to Protogen 2.0. How you doing, Nix?
Kona's recruits are no less sharp, as one might expect of Galof's countrymen. They saw the flaws in our claimants from the outset. The other two, though, they dismiss comrades willing to point out their shortcomings, and no good can come of it.
If you're sleepy, then lay down. If he had his way, Papa would keep dueling until the day he dies. Even now, I know only 3 people who didn't need to be carried away after their bouts. Zoralja, your lance-wielding friend Estinian, and yourself. You ready to live up? You really live up to your fearsome reputation. I'm curious though, did Papa want anything else of you? Small favor, nothing more. Well, if that's all it was. Actually, does my Discord link, exclamation mark Discord link, still work? Oh wait, my Discord link is on my panel. Below my stream. I moved it there because invalid. Okay, my Discord link is no longer valid. Let me edit that. I hate that Discord keeps resetting my link even though I tell it not to. No time limit. Expire after 7 days. Never. Copy. There we go. Now people can join my Discord easily. No, that didn't save. Now? There we go. Discord link has been fixed. I wish people would tell me when that's broken. The shape of peace. Wokelmot thinks it's time to gather her allies for the road ahead. I still haven't had one bite of Amika's food thanks to Papa's nonsense, so I'm going back to finish my plate before I head out. I've otherwise asked everyone to meet at the Forade cabin. Forard cabin. Come and join us after you've had a moment to recover. I forgot I moved my Discord link to a panel below my stream. And then I realized, oh, the Discord link has expired, even though I keep telling it not to! Let's see where this is. Over there? Await your companions and continue with the rite of succession. Sorry to keep everyone waiting. Is that it? You're all set to go? I left Eorzea prepared to travel in search of work, so I had few belongings to begin with. Bidding farewell to my fellow artisans took rather a lot of time, however. Again, I appreciate you making this commitment, Funchentine. Shall we depart for Erlenshire, then? A word, if you would, before you go. Bookavoo, what are you doing here? I spend my days correcting manners, but I'm here to... And here I am perpetrating the grave offense of delaying the promised departure. Please take your accent and read for... you must... your demands... Must your demands be so gruesome? Besides, I told you that kind of thing doesn't bother me. I love this guy. He is basically bipolar. Alright then. I won't let it bother me either. What was all that about? I'd come to the city to purchase supplies when I spotted your entourage getting ready to leave. You seek the City of Gold, if I'm not mistaken. That's right, it's the final step of the rite of succession. If you know anything about the subject, I'd love to hear it. Allow me to be of service. As you know, the legend of the City of Gold have been passed down in Terrell for 1,000 years. Yet when it comes to describing the place itself, the stories do not always agree. Some portray it as one might expect, a glittering metropolis of golden towers. Others suggest it is more unassuming and owes its name to a fabulous treasure hidden at its heart. Every telling, however, has a common thread. Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The lesson to be learned from this, there's promise, is that seeking the legend is to court death. I must implore you to proceed with the utmost care. That is all I wish to say. I shall pray for your safe journey. Thank you, Bookavoo. Oh, I have to go take my meds. BRB. Okay, I'm back from my meds. What are we to make of these contradictory... contrary tales? If every expedition has ended in tragedy, how did the Dawn Servant find the city and return without incident? It seems the legend originated with the Yokoi. Speaking with them remains our strongest lead after I feel. A lead we shall follow in time. But first, let us see Fujitine safely to into the Moblin's care. It's cold. I'm gonna put on a jacket.
Finding a willing artisan was even easier than expected. Many indeed are eager to curry favor with the Resilient Sun, especially if it means sharing the promise of new territories.
Those who prove useful will have all the land they desire.
Such generous words, yet the manner in which he speaks them. If neither wealth nor territory are of value, wherefore does he seek to bring the world to heel?
Step aside.
Remind me. There was no rule against poaching craftsmen from other claimants. Was there?
Do not be foolish, Bakul Jaja.
Foolish would be carrying on with these dull feats when all I need to win are the keystones. And besides, it's long past time I humble this arrogant one-head. The Dawn Servant may have sired you against all odds, but there is nothing blessed about your birth. Only a two-head is fit to rule. Only we are worthy. Draw your weapon! Face me in battle, and learn your place.
A moment, First Promise. Leave him alive, if you would. I foresee a use for this nuisance.
Too scared to make the first move? Then allow me! But he's just a runt.
My thanks for your restraint.
I can kill him whenever I please.
Your part in this is far from over.
We're back, and we've brought with us a willing potsworn. This is Ffxiv, a talented goldsmith who once worked at Esham Aesthetics in Ilda. Wonderful, impressive. You are the first to return their promise. And with an artisan from across the salt, no less. We welcome you and your unique skills to Ardenshire. Help hands will show you to the workplace. The work pots. This is it then. I look forward to hearing you proclaimed Dawn Servant. Thank you, Ffxiv. I'll be sure not to disappoint you. We have already met. You have already met the requirement for the feat of ponds. Readyrig presents your keystone with joy smiles and well wishing. That makes 3. More potsworn candidates. Come, come. Already rig your tails. Another feat accomplished, another keystone acquired. Oh, you are doing well. I expected nothing less of overall just esteem soup. Your cleverness in particular is most admirable, second promise. We must have you by that Charlie and non-urge you so cherish, and armed all with weapons of magic tech design. Your role as the Dawn Servant's chief advisor, of course. The tools of war hold no interest for me. I wish only to improve our nations through practical innovation. Foreign powers will think twice about testing our strength once Tulioa is known for its advanced technology. Just as the Garlean Empire was deterred from invading Charlie. That may well be true, but how long will it take for Tulioa to progress to this advanced state? How many years? With the collective commitment to our education and hard work. It should take so shouldn't do not take so very. You're way too slow. Your way is too slow. Easier to expand our territory and swallow Charlie whole. Conquer other nations through force of arms, and you're looking at the future of a future of uprising and bloodshed. Yours wouldn't be the first step fallen empire. Then we keep fighting until the mounting costs convince them to lay down their weapons, until all have grown tired of loss. How would such an outcome bring anyone joy? What you propose is a mockery of peace. Roderick is reminded of days long ago. In a time before Tuliolo, there were no pot packs, no pot swarm. It was normal gobsnatch artisans grab snatch artisans and force them to work for moblins. Until the day Guldraja arrived, families of the gobsnatched had pleaded with him, so he came to Earthenshire. Moblins are not a war-making people. We fear death had come for us, but Guldraja just wanted to talk. Be at ease, we are here to trade words, not blood. Gold work crafted in this village is superb. One can tell at a glance the quality of materials used, the mastery of technique employed. Yet it does not stir the heart. A goblet shaped by bound hands and broken spirit is devoid of luster. Compare that to how the work of a joyful artisan. She pours her very soul into creation, and they shine like the newly risen sun. Have you not seen this to be true? And so began the custom of good living. Happy Potsworn makes good works. Good works make mobbies happy. Guldraja's words were wise. Joy smiles did indeed bring fine craft and much joy shinies. So the head of reason was behind the forging of the pot pack. Yes, reason, clever think, change Maui's way of life. First promise tires of your talk of olden days. You would rather look to the future and the next feat. We should be getting on as well. Uncle Jaja never did come back, did he? Do you have a moment there, promise? Rockerick would repay you for help and helping with Kahi. He brings a tale of the Golden City. Really? We'd love to hear it. The towers, the streets, the fusion, all fashioned from gold. Everywhere you look, every splendor you can imagine. The young, the old, and everyone in between. They live in golden happiness, a city of eternal bliss, forever perched above the clouds. Everything fashioned from gold, eh? And just imagine everyone living good in gold and happiness. Now that's a city I'd like to visit. Excuse me, Rockerick. Where did you hear that particular tale? From a longtime Yokoi friend. He lives up on the mountains, Norcapacha. The giants again. Seems everything is pointing us there anyway. This feat and everything leading up to it has taught me much about the Moblin's way of life. I'll be sad to leave Earthenshire and your joy smiles behind. I like the little goblin dance, or moblin. The Head of Reason and Roderick's stories sound so different from the Head of Resolve. They share the same body, yet their personalities are wholly distinct. It unsettles me that Zerolja is even a claimant in the first place. Surely his father cannot condone his violent ambitions. The stories describe this a place boundless happiness, but also rife with dire warnings of seekers who do not return. What are we to make of this? These tales raise many questions. Let us hope the giants have answers. Right, we should go and see the giants next. Agreed. Golden mysteries notwithstanding, their village is featured prominently in the saga and is not to be ignored. Lower Kapacha Highlands should be easy enough to reach from here. If we leave Earthenshire from the west, there's a road which leads up to the mountains. Let's find that first. We're meant to where to meet the Yokoi at the last. This road will take us through the mountains to Orcapacha Highlands. An exhausting route, perhaps, but a straightforward one. One day we're sailing upriver, the next we're hiking up mountains. The highlands are all where the lay of proof took place. That being Gulu Jaja's encounter with Yakui. But 'tis also strange the stage for the Lay of Ice, where the heroes fought the monstrous Valgamanda. I am most curious to know what the right will demand of us there. Looks like the trail is going to get steep from here on in. I hope everyone is ready for some climbing. I'm glad I caught you. Roderick asked me to bring you back to the village. She says there's something she forgot to give you. Something other than the keystone? Yes, an item of great importance, or so I was told. It shouldn't take long if you would follow me, please. Wonder what this is all about. Well, no need for everyone to come. I'll be back in a little while. Waiting. This is taking quite a while. Just keep waiting for now, I suppose. Perhaps we're complicated. Well, let's wait a little longer. This is getting a little ridiculous. Did she get lost on the way back finding us? But how? There's only one road. I wouldn't underestimate Wilcomont's central direction or lack thereof. Fortunately, she has a link pearl. Let's see what's keeping her, shall we? He's not responding. Perhaps we should all return to Earthenshire. It was Roderick who had business with her, yes? Something's not right. I can feel it. I prayed not untoward has befallen the third promise. He doesn't seem to be here. I thought Wilcomont was just being her usual impulsive self, but now I'm not so certain. Back so soon? We've come looking for Wilcomont. Did you not send someone to fetch her? Roderick did not. Neither has she the third promise since... Neither has she seen the third promise since you were last here. Then who was that man who came for her? Oh, I thought you'd left already. Where's Lamachi? Is she not with you? I don't know where you don't know where she is. How could you let this happen? That thou should worry for thy sister's Sandra Samuel, yet rather than assign blame, thine energies would be better spent locating her. I will help you search. This is not how I'd wish to follow a fellow claimant to lose the contest, my sister least of all. In that case, dividing our forces will allow us to cover more ground. Mage and I should work together at least, the better to facilitate communication between our groups. The rest of us will split up. Report in when you find anything. We'll be on our way as well. Alright, keep in touch. We should begin our search. The shape of peace. This is most worrisome. If Roderick hears anything, she will let you know. Lost Promise. Kona is anxious to begin the search for Wilclamont. If Lamachi was returning to Earthenshire from the west, then she would have passed through here, except Roderick swears she did see her, in which case it is entirely possible that Lamachi was never made it back to the village at all. The only way to be certain is to ask the sentry stationed at the opposite entrance. If the guard did see Lamachi, then we can be fairly certain she did not. She's not in Earthenshire. She's not one to pass without notice. The third promise, Mobby has been standing at his post with diligent eye watchings. He has seen no claimants pass this way. What of a tone wata with brightly colored hair? Bobby knows something of this one. He hears tongue flops about a fellow peddler in Many Fires who was attacked by a crazy-haired bandit on the road. Bandit, you say? Thank you. You've been most helpful. My sister is clearly not here. Though I wish it were otherwise, we must consider the possibility that the Tonawatan messenger was the brigand described by the sentry are one and the same, and that Lamachi is in very real danger. Let us hurry to Many Fires. I'd like a word with this peddler should they still be around. Ixion, hello. Actually, we can just teleport to many fires. Here, Wolf Mage. This is the merchant who ran afoul of the bandit. Was there something I could help you with? I'm told you were the victim of a bandit attack. Could you recount exactly what happened? My goodness, I thought I recognized you. I'll tell you everything I remember, that I can promise. It was that scoundrel Wow Casa who ambushed me. You know the name of your attacker? There's no mistaking that hair. All my peddler friends have stories of that notorious bandit leader and his predations. While Casa and his gang will stoop to any low for the sake of a few pel, and with no fresh quarry coming up the broken stairs, they've had to become more creative. Little wonder he went after Lamachi. He likely thinks to ransom her for a royal sum. I expect he'll soon make his demands, but I don't intend to wait. We'll find this villain first, and deliver his deserved payment in person. What say you to a small deception? I will assume the role of a well-to-do merchant to lure Wow Casa out of hiding. Then, when he comes sniffing about, we catch the rat by the tail. An excellent plan, and I have just the right garment for your disguise, at a specially discounted price, of course. A brush with bandits hasn't dampened your merchant's spirit, I see. Very well, I accept your generous deal. Now we lay the bait. I will proceed persuade you into many fires, make my presence known, and you follow behind, boasting to those along the way how you paid me a hefty purse in exchange for a rare gemstone, or some such. If Wow Casa is as coin hungry as I say, then a recently enriched peddler should be an irresistible mark. We let him strike, and then we spring our trap. Time to play our parts. Kona's leading. Lokalunda's lead and try not to fall behind. Follow me. That Gibral fellow. Share with him how happy your imaginary deal with me has made you. Once you've put on an appropriate display, we can continue to our next performance. /HAPPY. Ah, that's 2 A's. Happy. A rare gemstone. Oh, Quizzy. Hello, Baka. How you doing? Kupo. Kupo. A rare gemstone from that Sorrow merchant, you say? I envy the profit he must have made from such a sale. Since the stairs were destroyed, I have not been able to peddle goods at my usual hunts. Baka cute. A good start. But I would make certain while Casa is aware of me. Let's continue. That moblin over there looks amenable to conversation. The stage is yours, Wolf Mage. What can Mobby do for you? Happy. Hitsaru sold you a sparkly stone for your collection? Well, that explains your great joy smiles. Mobby is happy for your business. Mobby is also jealous of the merchant and all the jingly shinies he must have made. That should be enough. But perhaps one last act to drive it home. How are you today, Baka? Do you see that cheerful Pelu? Tell him the tale of your precious gemstone, and then we'll be done with this part of the trade. Happy. I'm doing good, enjoying a stream right now. Hoping to make people happy with my stream as well. A passing peddler had the very gemstone you sought for your collection. That is a stroke of luck. I'll wager the merchant was just as pleased to fill his pockets with your grateful coin, eh? Well, I'm inspired to go and earn some pell of my own. Who knows? Maybe our opportunity will find me, even as it found you. My most valued customer. Profit from that single purchase of yours should see me through the through weeks of idle leisure. Traveling with such a fat purse and no sellswords is tempting fate. I shall make for Earthenshire my last stop and return forthwith to Tuliolo. Did you see? That rat has come for a nibble. You played your part to perfection, Wolf Mage. A man of many talents, just as Sanguinary described. Now let us lure Walcasa out of and spring our trap. My brother's duty. Kona wishes to execute the final stage of his plan. Let us execute the final stage of the plan. I will set out towards Earthenshire alone, unarmed. The better to sell the act of a defenseless merchant. Assuming while Casa's watching, he'll likely wait for some quite stretch of road before accosting me. I'll be relying on you to follow closely behind. What the? Remaining hidden until the time comes to spring the trap on our kindly bandit king. Just remember, we need him alive. Ah, I just remembered. There we go. Better gear. Also switch back to Pictomancer because that is what I agreed to play for this expansion as per the viewer's choice. I hear business has been good to you, Master Merchant. How about you share some of the profits? By some, I mean every coin you have. You're that gemstone collector. Wait, I see what this is. We've been tricked. Spit in your eye and kill this vandal. The draw. Slippery vermin. We'll have to interrogate his underlings instead. If you would be so kind, Wolfmage, pray leave them capable of speech. Let's see, before I enter combat, activate all of these. Motif set. I was hoping to talk to your boss, but I suppose you three will have to do. Wait, that's the second promise. What do you want with us? I think I'm scared. Of a fancy title. I'll take your royal ears as a trophy as soon as I get free of these ropes. I know your gang is behind my sister's abduction. Tell me where she is. Eat Packaspit. Eat Packashite, salt lover. You'll get not answers from us. That right? We don't deserve you. That's right, we don't serve you. Do not play games with me. Where is Wooklamont? Ooh, he's pissed. I am fast losing my patience. Talk now or die. The choice is yours. Well, we were hired to nab the third promise. That's all. We don't know where they took her. Hired by whom? We weren't told that either. Only Casa knows. He's the one who took the job. Well, it seems we need their leader after all. Once I've arranged for the Lance Guard to take custody of these criminals, I'll call Thancred and his tracking skills. But perhaps you could pursue Casa in the meantime. The bandits was running in the easterly direction. Should you locate him, I suggest you shadow him rather than force a confrontation. He might lead us to where Lamachi is being held. Go after Casa. I'll watch these miscreants until they can be taken into Landsguard custody. It's a shadowing quest. Nice. Okay, we made it. Finally, my money. Give it to me now. Landsguard may be hunting us already. Calm yourself. We had our own troubles finding a suitable hideaway. Right. We're finished. Take your prize and leave me out of the rest. Such hostility. You were hunting. You were hurting for coin, and I offered a gainful employment out of the kindness of my heart. Kindness, you brought a blackened tempest upon us. One look, and I could tell that man was a killer, a butcher. I assaulted. Oh, that's my medicine alarm. I already took my meds though. A salted devil in the flesh. Oh, spare me your fearful babble. Bleeding. Go on. Scamper away now before the scary mercenary comes to claim your head. Belinda told me the news. You found the abductor then? What's the situation? And do you think the bandits were hired by this Hoopy? Alright, new strategy. Forget Walkasa. Stay on the Mamulja's tail. We don't want to endanger the third promise, so keep your distance until we're certain they have her. I'll catch up to you as soon as I'm able. Yep, now we're following the Hoopy. Duty complete.
Better late than never. That Mamulja. He's the one who kidnapped Wook Lamart. So we're still unsure. If we can follow him a bit longer, confirm his connection to the abductors. That will complicate matters.
Confound it!
If I set out now, I can trail them along the riverbank.
Do it!
Even if it costs you the contest.
What worth is the throne if I lose my sister to win it?
Very well then. I'll send word when I locate her. Till then, I suggest you save your strength. A rescue attempt could turn ugly.
That Hubigo just now. I swear I've seen him with Bakul Jaja. Knowing the way that monster works, he probably hired bandits to kidnap her so he could steal her keystones. But even alone, my sister is more than a match for a gang of untrained ruffians. She must have been ambushed or deceived. Gah! I should have been there! If those bastards have hurt her! And what exactly is that supposed to... Forgive me. Snapping at you won't get my sister back. I'm afraid I've always been like this when it comes to Lamachi. The thought of her being in danger sends me into a panic. But isn't that how families should be? These days, Turali Mikote live however they please. But the clan into which I was born kept to the nomadic traditions of our ancestors. They herded their own neck across the plains, always moving with the seasons. During one such migration, my birth parents left me behind. A child. All alone. Without a single word of explanation. A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stallkeeper in Tuliyolal's market. And that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her.
Oops, I didn't realize there was an ad playing. I'm gonna pause this scene right there. Ads are almost over. There we go, the ads are over. I can continue on.
So, as you might now understand, I will stop at nothing to rescue her. While we await word from Thancred, I suggest we prepare ourselves to travel downriver. You have a boat, yes? Why release the Ponity if not to delay pursuit? If we were unsure of their guilt before, then this surely proves it. Before we act, however, let us regroup with your comrades. Would you mind making the call?
Understood. We'll meet you at many fires.
And I think on that cliffhanger, we're going to end the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed my stream. I hope you guys stop by again. Until next time, I've been Mage 1011. I'll see you guys then.